It was a warm summer's evening. The three engines were resting soundly when Philip Richardson, their controller, drove up to him on his moped. "Good evening, everyone. I have a special announcement to make."
"What is it, sir?"
"An important visitor from England is coming to visit our railway. He's a steam engine enthusiast and is wanting to see how we Americans can handle a steam engine railway during the dieselization phase." Robert felt quite insulted that he wouldn't be of any attention during the visit. Sir, if he's coming to see steamies in action, what about me?" "Actually, Robert, you're going to pull the special train from tomorrow from our town of Albuquerque all the way to San Francisco." Robert was most thrilled. "Thank you, sir. It's an honor. And as for you two, Fowler, you'll be showing off your shunting skills, as Dan will take the local goods train. I want to make a good impression to this man, so make me proud like you all normally do, and that'll be all. Good night, you three." And the engines wished him good night, and all the attention was immediately driven to Robert. "I knew he would choose me for the special train, because, I'm modern, revolutionary, and
Very reliable."
Dan and Fowler weren't upset about not being able to pull the train, rather because Robert was being boastful and pompous about himself. "Well, I wish you luck on your train, Robert, despite your egotistical behavior." "Ego what? Never mind. I know I don't need luck on the train because I'll do just fine." Dan just rolled his eyes and spoke to Fowler. "Remember, Fowler, this man is allegedly very important, so your work is just as important as mine."
"Got it. Let's make a lasting impression."
And all the engines drifted off to sleep, eagerly waiting for tomorrow. Early the next morning, Robert and Fowler set out to manage the express, and Robert spoke to Fowler. "Don't screw this up for me, Fowler. I have a very important man to impress."
"We all have a very important man to impress, so show a bit of empathy for us and help us out."
Robert scowled and went towards the station. And when he entered the station, he saw a man in a cowboy hat with some papers in his hand. He took notice of him and asked him a question. "Hello, sir. You riding the express this morning?"
"You could say I am, sure. I come from England, you know."
Robert realized that this was the important man the controller had spoken of. "You must be the steam engine enthusiast. I'll be pulling your train today."
"Why, that'll be splendid. I'll be sure to take notes on your journey, as well as how the fellow steam engines will do, which they've done quite well from what I've seen."
Just then, Fowler came up to shunt the special express coach. As he was approaching Robert, he accidentally shunted the coach a bit too hard. Why you?" "It's okay, Fowler. Thanks for the express coach."
"No problem?"
Never seen him so nice. The enthusiast got into the train and Robert was set to go. "Your tour of the Albuquerque Railway begins now." As Robert slowly oiled out of the station, his engine immediately began to sputter. "Not again." Smoke flew out of Robert's engine, and the train was left at a standstill. "No fiddlesticks."
"Well, that'll do it. Your engine overheated again. We ain't gonna pull the train now."
Beg pardon to you all, but isn't this train supposed to be moving?"
"Sorry, sir. Robert's engine overheated."
It was about 20 minutes later when Robert was shunted into a siding, and the controller spoke to him. "It's not your fault, Robert. That was completely out of your control." And Philip quickly turned to Fowler and Dan. "It appears you two will have to make the cross-state trip to San Francisco." Dan and Fowler were excited. "We won't let you down, sir." And the two coupled up to the express, filled with water and coal for the long 1,000-mile journey. And the two engines with the enthusiasts set off.
"San Francisco, here we come."
It was a long journey indeed. They made several pit stops along the way, but as the day came to an end, they made a stop into a small town called Barstow, which was located in California. Dan and Fowler went into a nearby engine shed, where they saw a tank engine as small as Fowler. "Why, hello there. How are you?" "Pitiful. I'm the only one on this railway, and I hate sharing my sheds with a couple of outsiders." "Sorry to bug you then." Dan then turned to Fowler and the express coach. "What a splendid journey so far, wouldn't you say?" "I must agree. I've never been so far from our little railway before." "Neither have I." And they all drifted off to sleep. Good. Peace and quiet. Later the next day, they were making their final stretch to San Francisco.
"We're almost there. The station is in my sights."
And as the two engines crept into the large station, they were most amused at the size of it. "Whoa, this is the biggest station I've ever seen for sure."
"Agreed. This is a ginormous station."
And the enthusiast got out of the express coach and greeted the two engines.
Ah, splendid ride, you two. A marvelous show of true steam engine power and efficiency.
The two thanked him happily.
But I never managed to catch your names. Mind telling me them?
My name is Fowler.
And mine is Dan.
Splendid. Absolutely splendid. My name is Stephen, but you can call me Sir Stephen.
Why, Sir Stephen?
Why, my dear Fowler, I'm Sir Stephen Topham Hatt, controller of the Northwestern Railway.
The engines were surprised and amazed. We've heard all about Sodor, with Thomas and Edward and Henry and Gordon
And all the others.
Yes, Fowler. I'll be sure to tell all my engines about what marvelous steam engines you are. And who knows, maybe I'll let one of my engines come to your town to visit someday.
That would be marvelous, sir. And the two engines thanked Sir Stephen once again, and Sir Stephen exited the station.
What a marvelous controller he is,
Agreed, Fowler. And the two engines left the station and made their final journey home, quite pleased with themselves that they'd just pulled a train for the most famous controller in all of England.